In terms of the list, nothing too crazy. Failure to comply, still there to help fight Amulet Titan. Who knows if that's still the plan, but that's what I'm gonna be playing right now. Tried the Fomori Vault. Not super high on it. It's just a little slow for the current meta, but it is an interesting tool to have. But yeah, so nothing crazy. Added the extra Memnite back in because Fomori Vault just kind of unimpressive. A couple Steel Shapers gifts makes the kills a little bit quicker, a little bit more consistent. Yeah, and with that said, we're gonna kind of jump in. If you've got any questions along the way, and I did cut the Seachrome Coasts because I kept drawing them at the worst time. It's probably fine to still play 2, but I just added another Hallowed Fountain and 1 Arid Mesa because I didn't have a 4th Flooded Strand on Moto. Yeah, Hammer, rumored to be dead. I still like it. I think a lot of decks are very reasonable to play right now. Boots are great. They're awesome. Excited to play with them some more since they were in fact made for more than walk-in, and I appreciate any card with good flavor text. Yeah, sideboard, nothing crazy. Couple bullets, couple surges to fill out the set, and a pile of Spell Pierces because sometimes Spell Pierce slightly better than Surge of Salvation. We're on the play too. Let's go. All right. All right. So I will say, it's a weird one. On the draw, no shot I'm keeping. Yeah, I did. I did see the Hammer list. I am still unconvinced by these mana bases being reliably casting like Pick Your Poison on 1 with, I think, excluding the Springleaf Drums, like 9 sources. But you could. I'm also not convinced that we don't just want Nature's Claim in that slot if we're splashing green. But yeah, we're on the play. We have 2 aids. And I think the plan is just go like Plains, Aid, make a construct, and go from there. It's not an incredible hand, of course, but I'm going to do it. All right, Botanical Sanctum. Merfolk would be my guess. I'm not as happy about this Urza Saga if we just get Tide Shapered, but like we're not doing anything else. So just going to run these out. Fortunately, we do have a second Saga in the event that they kill the first one. Yeah, okay. If we weren't sure they were on Merfolk before. Okay, so they binned the Lord of Atlantis. Do you have it? They don't have the Sinkhole, which is lovely news. So I'm just going to do some math here real quick. So if we play the second Saga, we make a construct, we untap, make another construct, tapping everything but that Saga, and then we have to get a drum. Yeah, I'm not gonna. So I'll lead with the Strand here, lay out the Ornithopter. Having the creature in play for a potential hammer coming down, it could be really relevant here. It also, of course, makes the construct a little bit bigger. So, yeah, Pick Your Poison. Anytime I see green in a deck at this point, I'm like, okay, they have Pick Your Poison, because that's just the card that everyone is playing. Ooh, Subtlety. Okay. So the question is, do we want to draw Ornithopter next turn? Pretty sure the answer is no. We still want to fetch because we want to just put the Ornithopter on the bottom, I think. Yeah, let's go to Plains. What do they pitch? Pitch Spell Pierce. Love to see that. Just bottom this. And so the question is, are we doing Saga now? I don't think so. I think I'm fine passing, and if they want to use their entire next turn to Tidebinder, then I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to set a stop on my end step because if they do make a guy, then I'm fine just making a construct. This is fine. And I will just make the construct here. Yeah, they've got to have a Trickster or something going on. But gonna have to just kind of play into it. Hedge Maze, all right. Been the Delta, one of the easiest no blocks in my life. It is nice that I'm probably grabbing Boots here, but I might just get a Hammer. It depends on what we draw. Yeah, they're also down to 2 cards. The Boots are actually really, or the Hammer's really nice here because it prevents our creature from getting, killed by, say, like a Trickster or something, because of course it loses all abilities, meaning it would have 0 power and toughness, meaning it dies, because that's math. It's nice that we know they probably also don't have Tidebinder up here, because they certainly can't Violet in. And all right, make a construct. So now the question is, what are we getting here? All right, so target different ones, obviously. I don't think the order matters here, so probably putting in Merfolk Trickster. Yep, I think I'm just fine with this. So they have 2 Tricksters? They do not. Okay. Well, I'm gonna keep doing what we did before. I would like to draw a spell. Like a non-Springleaf Drum spell. I know that I did keep a 5-lander, but yeah, I agree. Getting the Hammer is a lot better when we have the 2 Sigarda's aids. I hope they probably don't, but if they have Hurkyl's Recall, I'll be so psyched to have Surge of Salvation.
Travis Brown can never die.
Perfect. All right. I will block. Boldly no attacking. Checks out. Ink Moth is an interesting one, and I'm actually going to deploy the Ink Moth here primarily because it acts as like just a way to pump the constructs, and of course it threatens a kill, which is, I like threatening a kill. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna attack for a million. Obviously they could have like Harbinger of the Tides, but I don't even know if they play that card anymore. So question is, are we animating here? I don't think there's a difference between them going to 7 and them going to 6. One thing that's also really nice about this setup is that if they do have, say, a Tishana Sidebinder, Aether Vials, yeah, Aether Vials going to the yard. If they do have a Tidebinder, when the next equipment comes down, all right, yeah, they would get to counter the aid trigger, but because it's an aid and not countering the hammer gets to keep all of its abilities. Anyway, Merfolk. So we don't need to sideboard a whole lot. I like a couple prismatic endings, and I like Surge. A lot of times in these matchups, we will lose if they get to... The deck did take that personally. If they wanted to win, they're usually going to do so through, obviously Pick Your Poison is a card now that we should just be aware of, but it's also through like Hurkyl's Recall, or specifically the Tide Shaper, where they get to like sinkhole our sagas. And so Surge of Salvation, protecting that, pretty relevant. It's always tempting to bring in the Needle, because the Needle stops their Aether Vial. It can also stop like Voldalian Hexcatcher. So that's a maybe. But what cards are bad? The Memnite's pretty atrocious. I think Esper Sentinels are worse though. Memnite's actually better, because at least Memnite lets us go faster. Yeah, I'll bring in one Needle. I think it's probably better than the second Memnite. Oh man. Yeah, we can't cast any spells besides the Shadow Spear, so I won't. They did keep 7. I will keep this hand, and we can just freely bottom the Arid Mesa here. And so I think the plan is just drum on turn. Okay, well, it's definitely drum on turn 1. And I will avoid getting a Hallowed Fountain if I can, because keeping their Island Walk dead is pretty important. Just get a drum here. All right. Yeah, deal. You've countered my Springleaf Drum. So they almost definitely have another counter spell for like a Sagardizade here. Okay, and they got an island. Okay, well, I was not sure if I was going to jam the Stoneforge, but now I'm very much about that life. Okay, it's fine. Once again, like, I'm fine with them trading off these resources when they don't actually have much going. So I would really like a land this time deck, and that way we can double spell, but we'll see. Knowing that they're keeping in all these like spell pierces and things like that, pretty relevant. Okay, so we'll take 2 here. If they have another Stern Scolding, I think I'm just like fine with that. Yeah, I'm just gonna play this out. And so it is tempting to get the coat here, but I think the reality is we just want to get the hammer and the aid going, just really pressure as much as possible. I don't really want to play into another Spell Pierce here though, especially since we can avoid it. So I will go ahead. I'm going to fetch here because it means we don't get Tidebindered, which pretty relevant. Dismember is fine. Okay, so since they dismembered, I am just gonna play the aid here. Okay, so we know they have infinite pieces of interaction. Spell Pierce, actually, I might consider bringing in like 1 or 2 Spell Pierces, or bringing in like the Esper Sentinel. All right, not great. I'll play this and name Voldalian Hexcatcher, and I'm probably just gonna board the Needle out. Yeah, no Cauldra, because Cauldra I think is pretty bad right here, or like it's bad generally speaking. In this meta. So yeah, let's just name Voldalian Hexcatcher. Okay. Yeah, so kind of lined up really well for our opponent, unfortunately for us. But yeah, so we take 7 here. So we need to hit like Stoneforge. Yeah, we need to hit Stoneforge, go grab Shadow Spear, and probably just like play Shadow Spear immediately. We're not technically dead if we can find a creature. We did find a creature, and I will just be attempting to block, because it will, like, obviously we're going to block. What we got? Tide Shaper. So they're going to attempt to hit one of our lands. Let me see exactly how it's worded. Yeah, so if they have a Spell Pierce, we lose. Actually, yeah, because if they have Spell Pierce and we go Hammer, we pay for it to get countered, like pay for the spell pierce, then we just die to 7 unblockable damage. No block and die is also something we can consider. Okay, so we got them to use the pierce here, so I'm gonna go ahead. See, we need to use the hammer regardless, so all right, whatever. Do you have another spell pierce? Do we have 3 spell pierces in the top 13? Once again, like, not gonna worry too much about the sequencing here, and they knew about the hammer. Not super worried. So if we draw a Shadow Spear effect off the top, so either the Stone Forges, the Seal Shaper's Gifts, or the Shadow Spear itself, we almost certainly win the game. Otherwise, not liking our chances. I feel like they're definitely supposed to attack here, just attack for, let's see, if they attack for 7, we block here so we don't die, go to 1, yeah, absolutely supposed to attack here. All right, yeah, not dying is very good. Okay. Yeah, so once again, Breeding Pool is in their hand. All right, Breeding Pool is there. There we go. All right. So, no question, right? Yeah, so we get the Shadow Spear, put the spear here. We go to 12, take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I'm just going to spear. Hope they brick off for a turn. There we go. That's why we have a couple Steel Shaper's Gifts in the deck, right? gotta play to your outs. All right, opponent. Oh, I need to turn off auto. Yeah. Well, if they top deck the Lord and
Travis
we don't
Brown
attack,
can never die.
Like we just put the spear there. All right, cool. So if they top deck exactly Lord, right? Like, so let's review that. What's up, Thomas? How you doing, man? So if we draw the Lord, are we dead regardless? So they play the Lord. We don't have an island, right? So their stuff's not unblockable. So they play the Lord, attack with presumably everything. So we take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, but we block here. So, well, 2, 4, 2, so 3, 6, 9. So we would take 9, but we'd go to 12 and we eat one of their lords. So we weren't actually dead if they hit the Lord. That being said, if they draw like Merfolk Trickster, right? We're probably dead that way. So it's probably incorrect to attack, but this is not a coward stream. So that's what we're doing. No, so we didn't have a fake island because our opponent thankfully kind of punted. So we surged in response to the Tide Shaper they played. They pierced it, so we hammered and then surged again. And so we were good. Oh man. I want to keep this hand so bad, but it's absolutely a trap. Like, if I knew my opponent was on like exactly Murktide, I might keep this, but they kept 7. I don't think this hand is good. If we have a second land, maybe I'm good. But yeah, this hand's like leagues better. I think I'm just gonna bottom the Arid Mesa. Well, it's either Arid Mesa or Hollowed Fountain. Let's go ahead and bottom the Hollowed Fountain here. Doesn't really matter that much. Yep, Living End. All right. Not my favorite matchup, but okay, yeah. Grief me. So buy Sagardizade. Clearly, I should have bottomed the Sagardizade, so they had to take the Stoneforge here. What did they exile? They exiled Dismember. Okay. Good to know about. Hey, thanks, Roy. Appreciate it. Took the Stoneforge. Okay. So
Travis Brown can never die.
I'm confused, but I'm gonna jam the aid here. Okay, that's fine. Press the enemy. These are cards. Okay, I don't. Oh, this is the weird. Okay, return target spell or non-land. Sure. Target spell or non-land permanent an opponent controls to its owner's hand. You may cast an instant or sorcery with equal or lesser mana value without paying. Okay, so it lets you cast Living Ends from your hand. So they didn't have a second land. Kind of excited about that. See, I'm just gonna play the Saga. I'm gonna start getting in there with this Memnite. Let's go. Yeah, exactly. Like if they have the force, like what are we doing? Just nothing. Okay, Swamp Silence. So they found another land. Let's say they do find. I think just making constructs is more important anyway, right? Yeah, I'll just make constructs because it's way more pressure with the with the boots coming off next turn, assuming because they can't instant speed us anymore, with the exception of press the enemy, but that's fine. They can only instant speed Living End if we cast a spell. Yeah. Let's go, Memnite. And what cards do they know about? The Mesa and the... Exactly. Living End will not go away. It just keeps doing its thing. Okay. Yeah, so if we find an equipper here, we'll grab a hammer. If we don't find an equipper, it's not bad. But yeah, I'm just gonna attack for as much damage as I possibly can. So they're fetching here probably to play around a potential Pithing Needle. And so we get to attack for 1, 2, 4, 5, 9. We get to attack for 10, putting him to 8. So there is a real shot that we could kill them even through a Living End here. Yeah, so we'll get the boots. We'll use the good fetch land. We can always get a blue off the Arid Mesa if we need to, so I'm just going to get a plains here, conserve some life. All right, so yeah, so we're attacking for a nice clean 10 damage. And if they found a Cascader, not happy, but obvious downside is if they do Living End, then I'll still grab something with the Stoneforge probably, because they're going to take a card regardless. So they have 1 grief. That's the only like interaction piece. The Waker's obnoxious. Yeah, boots are insane. Like the boots have always been very impressive to me. Basically, as soon as I started playing 6, so they did that so they could cascade. It's not looking great. Good news is we have a lot of tools in the sideboard for this matchup. It's definitely a spot where I'm like, man, Ginger Brew, where are you? Yeah, and unfortunately, because it is on their turn, so the question is, are we grabbing Coat? If we grab Coat, they just take the Coat with the grief. And then I'm still going to take it. Unfortunately, they had the grief plus the force of negation. They did brick on a land for a turn, but then it turned into a very powerful Living End. So we can play Sentinel.
Travis Brown can never die.
And then we can't block there, can't block there. We block, take 6, 12. So we take 6, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, I don't see a world where we're getting out of this. Yeah, that's fine. All right, let's go to the sideboard where we have these nice failure to complies and definitely the Spell Pierces. I don't know that we want all the surges, but I'm gonna do it. And Soul Guide Lantern, of course. So we do have like plenty of tools. Memnites I think are better than Ornithopters here. Esper Sentinel also pretty bad in my opinion. Lava Spur Boots I like a lot because I like the boots anytime you are basically trying to make your construct plan a standalone plan. So that's kind of why I'm going to keep the boots in. What's up, Thindri? Currently 1-0. Oh, actually need to adjust that with the setup. Give me just a second. All right. Yeah. So what are we cutting here? Yeah, these pretty easy. And I think we can trim. Oh, just a Steel Shaper's Gift is fine. I don't mind having all the mana because it does let us just pierce and failure a lot more reliably. Yeah, I think I'm fine with this. Play, of course. Second land, obviously this hand's insane, but I think 1 land is just not quite there. I'm gonna keep this. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it. I will bottom we can bottom a Flooded Strand. And I am just gonna run out the boots on turn 1. I'm gonna shock here because it'll, like, if we draw one of our counter pieces, it makes it a lot less terrifying when we just go like shock pass. So they almost certainly have force negation, by the way. Either they have force negation or they just didn't yield through turn. Okay, so we get a Paladin in the yard, which is 1 in hand, 1 in the yard is exactly where we want it. No lands. Okay, so I thought 1 land was greedy, but wow. Okay, yeah, so I'm just gonna play out the Paladin here. It is fun if they grief the failure and we think they can say like Living End, because they have to sorcery speed Living End now, we can just comply, name Living End, and it gives us an entire turn cycle. Okay, yeah, well, I'm gonna play this. I can see a world where we want double blue, so I will just whatever. And I'm hoping to spike a cheap artifact off the top. Okay, so I'm gonna failure that. They had to pitch a Shardless Agent. All right, sure. I'm like, so they kept a 0-lander. They were hoping to draw it off the Street Wraith, I'm guessing, and they double force negation to hammer, pitching Waker and Shardless Agent. Let's get in there. This is a weird game. I don't know about keeping a 7-land card with zero lands in it. I'm also not a Living End gamer, so who knows? So I'm definitely playing the Ink Moth. The question is, are we... no, because it's still quicker to kill with the Paladin, but I will play it out. Opponent identifying that they didn't in fact have a risky keep. All right, you know what? Let's go. Yeah, attack for 4. Should I be animating Ink Moth here? Potentially. I don't think it makes a huge difference. Probably correct to do so. Okay, cool. So we won the game where our opponent did not play a land. I would presume that's pretty normal. Okay, so I definitely like the drums more on the draw as well. I think I'm just going to keep this hand. or keep the configuration the way it is. We are like super low on creatures, so the extra gift is reasonable as a way to get coat. Yeah, definitely don't want the still ain't just like, do we want the gift? I could see budding for the gift. Whatever. That's fine. Everything's good. We'll simply draw our creature. This hand's like pretty mopey. Okay. This hand's not great either, but I think it's a keep. And I'm just gonna bottom a little. Okay, let's look real quick. So we go, or we like land, go. Saga does represent graveyard hate as well. I'll go ahead and keep it. I'll go ahead, bottom the Mesa. So I honestly, the only reason I don't like going that is because I've seen a lot more like foundation breakers pop up because of the affinity deck. And so if they just go like, if they, you know, play foundation breaker on turn 2 after we go Saga on 1, like we just lose the game on the spot, right? Yeah, all right. I don't think I'm playing a hammer. I think if I was on the play, I likely would probably go Saga on 1, and then turn 2 probably just hammer, pass. They did not graveyard the card, so it's a good. Okay, and here I will go ahead, just get me a tapped Hallowed Fountain. Wild. I mean, even if they like cycle 2 things and Living End next turn, I'm not like that sad. Draw. So I think I'm just going to go Strand 8. Getting Saga down real good. Yeah, I think we just go like Saga Stoneforge here. Question is, what are we getting? I'm probably getting a coat here because we already have like 2 hammers lined up. They have Subtlety here. So they got Undercity Sewers, which means if that's their land, they're definitely not casting a Living End. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna get a coat here. It's either coat or Shadow Spear, but I think I like the coat. It sets up a very powerful unblockable kill with the hammers. Remember, deal, and kept it on top. Okay, so I think so. If we go land, aid. Obviously, that's bad against Force of Negation. Yeah, I think it's Inkmoth pass. Make a construct. So. Yeah, our lines are like play 3rd land, make a construct on their end step, or play 3rd land, probably Flooded Strand, fetch a plains, place a guard as aid, pass. No, I think I just like make it a construct here. So the problem is I want to lead with fetch land if I'm concerned about them having like Force of Vigor. Then I want to lead with fetch land so that we can crack it, go grab a plains, play aid, and then if they force tag aid and Saga, we get to surge. I think I'm just going to jam the aid here. They force an egg, so be it. But this lets us hold up surge because, yeah, okay, this is fine. Exiling Subtlety, but it is. So it is tempting to just play the hammer out here. Interesting. I actually am going to play out 1 hammer because it'll pump the construct, which we will probably make a construct. So opponent only has 1 creature in the yard too, which is really nice. Foundation Breaker. All right, I'm going to say no to that. Can't force a negation this one, friend, because it's your turn. Yep. And throw that thing in the garbage where it belongs. So, see, I'm just gonna make a construct. Probably just gonna make a construct, go get a, and probably go get a Soul Guide Lantern. I know, unfortunately, the trash is where they want it. Are they considering dismembering? Oh, sure. Okay. Yeah, so I'll get a lantern. I'll tag the Foundation Breaker. Yeah, just tag the Foundation and play that out. The question is, are we playing the hammer? I don't think we're playing the hammer now.
Travis Brown can never die.
Yeah, Foundation Breaker has an evoke cost of 1 and a green, and it disenchants when it comes into play. All right, so I got nothing going on. Love that. Do wish I had 1 more white source. This is not cost mana, right? Okay, I think I'm just gonna go Paladin, hammer, either that or coat. Coat's really good, but I like Paladin, hammer first. They have 1 card. Yeah, whatever. They have Force of Negation. That's fine. If they have Force of Negation next turn, we just play Cryptic Coat, draw a card, attack for 13, or we animate Inkmoth for 3rd artifact, equip kill, and the Brazen Borrower can't block it because we won't give it flying again. Nope, don't need that. All right. Okay, so we're casting Brazen Borrower. What do they do? Just F6 value? I don't know. I don't know what the borrower play there does. I might just be missing something though. Okay, they DC'd. But yeah, it'd be great to beat Living End. Game 2 was not what I would call a normal game, but that's fine. Sometimes, yeah. And so the good news is if our opponent DC'd and they like can't log on because sometimes the internet just breaks. Sir, the Merfolk sideboard is on the Patreon. It's already there. Or you can, when the VOD comes out, you can look there. Yeah, the good news is if our opponent DCs here and never comes back and loses due to connectivity, we were almost certainly winning this game anyway. So it's fine. Because yeah, if they living end, it kills their borrower and my pure seal. And I don't even know if I would crack it. I'd probably crack the Soul Guide Lantern so they get nothing back. We get a Stoneforge back, and then we deploy the coat, start attacking. I think we're in a really, really good spot. Yeah, opponent's back. Like if we draw a white source, that would be awesome. It's like almost a white source. All right, I will make a 22 power creature and pass it. And this can only block flying creatures. Yep. All right. It's usually not that bad a text, but is not helpful here. Good call, opponent. So my guess is that they have a living end. Yeah, because
Travis Brown can never die.
Even if they kill, oh, okay. Cool. So they return that. They cast the living. Oh, okay. Just return it. All right. So land off the top, I believe, kills. We lead with this. Matters. Technically, probably correct. And that is the best kind. Spell Pierce, obviously not looking great here, but that's okay. I'll take 3. No attacks. All right. So I wonder if it's correct to play Inkmoth to animate Inkmoth, equip a hammer, attack with a 12 power paladin and a lethal Inkmoth, and then we still have Surge up. I think that's probably correct. Make sure we tap the correct one. There's no more flying. Yep, nothing is flying. So, all right, sweet. Beat Living End. There we go. All right, so Living End and Merfolk. Modern's in a weird place, man. Them not being able to reliably instant speed the Living End makes the matchup feel so much like less exhausting emotionally. Like I don't feel like I need to see a therapist after I get VO'd into oblivion. Right, exactly. It's like, all right, well, it's actually the Inkmoth is unblockable if it doesn't have flying. Yeah. Boots really good upgrade for the deck. Unfortunately, Fomori Vault and the Assimilation Aegis.
Travis Brown can never die.
Just not where it's at. But the boots are great. All right, what we got? We're on the play. Hell yeah, brother. I mean, I'm keeping
Travis
this
Brown
so fast.
can never die.
So yeah, we have turn 1 Sentinel, turn 2 probably Gift Hammer, but it could just be like Lava Spur Boots equip. Okay, I found a mold of 5. So I don't think I am not gonna respect Blood Moon here. Your move, Yugi boy. I regret not respecting Blood Moon now. Okay, so funny enough, I think I'm just going Boots equip because it'll prevent this thing from getting tagged by an Orcish Bowmaster. What a silly world. If they want to push it, we draw a card. I'm fine with that. Because getting the boots out means that the constructs we make are also out of Bowmaster range, which is really relevant here. Yep. All right. So to draw a card, I don't hate that one. Okay. So it's the mono black build. So I was right. I've come full circle and I was right to not, okay. Yeah. Thoughtseize me. Bye, Forgeanu. I was right to not fear the Blood Moon after all. I mean, if you don't want to take the Forgeanu, I'm fine with that. That's interesting. Yeah, it's just make a construct. Construct, hope to spike a land. I don't think there's no world we're not fetching for a basic plains, so I think there's almost no reason not to just fetch now. I don't want to get like Swamp Shadow of Doubted. Yeah, please opponent, take the hammer so we can forge a new equip. You can kill my No, okay. Weird. Are we getting the third drum? I think we're getting the third. Drawing a drum. Not excited. Get the drum and then probably deploy another drum. Look, you gotta know people play weird stuff sometimes. And so the question is, yeah, I might just play the Shadow Spear here. Either play that or just attack for 5. I think getting the Shadow Spear down is more important. If they needle a Shadow Spear, like, I don't even care that much, I think. Yeah, I think the likelihood of them just pushing is too high here. Making a construct instead. Yep, construct in. Drawing second drum was not spotty. Alright, so they're floating mana. Yo, Drew, what's up, man? Yep, needle probably on Shadow Spear would be my guess. Maybe boots, but almost certainly spear. So, interesting. If they name spear, yeah, so I'm probably actually just going to go Shadow Spear, or Seal Shaper's Gift, grab coat, play coat. But we'll see. We'll see what we draw. Got a Liliana for me? Yep, okay, you do. I will sacrifice one of the 2 creatures at random. I'm not even picky. I would prefer an Urza Saga. I mean, if I'm not going to draw a land. Yeah, I mean, well, I guess like, so we can play Hammer first, then play Paladin, equip Hammer to the Construct, and then move the boots to the Paladin, and then the Hammer to the Paladin. If they have exactly pushed, that's fine. We miss out on a potential card draw. That's the only downside to sequencing it like this. And of course, if we sequence it other way, if we sequence like, if we think they don't have a removal spell, playing Paladin first is certainly correct, but I think they're very likely to have a removal spell. So we move the Hammer here first to get that out of the way, and then we move every Hammer to the Construct, boots to the Paladin. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's fine. Interesting. Attacking for 13 is a lot of damage. I think I'm going to do that. And if they have another removal spell, obviously not moving the Shadow Spear because it has been named with. Yeah, they can chump. That's fine. Okay, really like this actually, because now we can move the Hammer back to the Construct. If they had blocked with both, we wouldn't have been able to move the Hammer back because, you know, Paladin dying is not on my bingo card. All right, so if we had a land, it's a very easy kill because we can go like gift, grab coat, cast coat, and then move everything onto, like, just move the coat onto something to make it unblockable. I'll take 4 damage. Looking pretty good for the good guys. Okay, yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, makes it pretty easy. Play a coat. And so here's the reality. I should absolutely draw a card here, but I'm not going to because we are 100% to win, and if they, I guess we have the Lava Spur boots anyway, whatever. All right, the ward, doesn't matter. It was incorrect not to unblock. I will attack for an easy peasy 20 unblockable damage. Let's go. Hey, glad to see you join, Bits. All right, so opponent is on the black, like, Selfie Seek, I think is the deck. I don't actually know if we want Needle. We probably do because I'm sure they have like Liliana. Surge of Salvation is really good against the black deck. So I'll bring those in.
Travis Brown can never die.
Perfect. Appreciate it. Question is, do we want any Spell Pierces? Maybe. I think Memnite, truly terrible here. I'll agree there. And then I think we cut a couple Ornithopters. Yeah, just another Ornithopter probably. These are all pretty weak in the grindy matchup. Could play a Spell Pierce, like a Drum. I don't like Spell Pierce because they do just have a lot of games where they can Saga as well. Yeah, dude, Cryptic Cow, so freaking good. Card's good when you can't move it. So against like, I don't know, Tron. So any creature is really good here, but if they have a discard spell, like, they just break it up anyway. I think this hand's a trap. I'm going to keep this hand, and I'm going to bottom the Paladin because 2 white seems like a pipe dream. Oh, we have black mana. Let's go. Inquisition, you got it. All right. I think it's either Drum or Aid is the correct take here, but this is obviously the most important card. Okay, took the Aid. Pretty reasonable. Okay, don't hate that. All right, play the Drum. Note that we can animate Ink Moth and use it to cast white spells from the Drum. They have Turok. Oh, Dothy, sure. I think I'm just going like Saga Hammer here because I think I just want to be able to get as many constructs into play as possible, and playing the Hammer means that we make bigger constructs, which could be very relevant very quickly. It is close though. Yeah, let's play it out. Yeah, Bits, I have played around with the I think it's Assimilation Aegis. I still have no idea how to say that. It's all Roman or Greek. And the card's just not good. It's not quite as efficient as we would need it to be to do what we want it to do. It is sweet, but I just don't think it does what we need it to. So I will take 3 points of damage. The Rack. All right, so here I think I'm just playing Flooded Strand. I play Flooded Strand and Sentinel. So we want to, because this deals X. We can probably take a hit. Yeah, I'm gonna play out the Sentinel here. Okay. I don't know why it was no. Just passing. So what is so they can kill a construct regardless, right? This turns on Bowmasters, which I don't really like. I'm probably just gonna make a construct. Well, so if they Bowmaster, we can Surge to counter it, but then we don't make a construct, and it's like, I think the construct's worth a lot more. I agree. And like, they're kind of screaming, I have Bowmaster. Oh my gosh. Yep. All right. Glad we decided to sandbag the Sentinel. Also, like, holding the Sentinel means that we don't take as much damage from the Rack. Okay, well, I'm gonna make a construct and then Surge. If they have a removal spell here, so be it. Okay, they did not. Love this. It's almost certainly just getting a Shadow Spear here, right? Okay, well, now that they're empty-handed, I'm absolutely getting a Shadow Spear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Take 5, go to 10. And I'll take one more, go to 9. Maybe we'll draw a Paladin off the top, and it'll make my life really easy. So we make a construct, shock ourselves, go to 7. And then we will have 1, 2, 3, 4 artifacts. Or no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 artifacts. And then we'll crack back for 6 damage. But we attack. So we attack for... So we go to 7, attack for 3, 4, 5, 6. Attack for 6. So attack for 6, go to 13. All of our creatures will be tapped. They get to attack back for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then we take at least 1, so a discard spell would kill us. I think we are not equipping the Shadow Spear. Or like so we're easily making that part. Pretty clean spear. Yeah, if we shock ourselves, because we're taking 8 regardless, right? Well, we can double block the grief. So if they fire that up, attack 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if we shock, this is tough. Shock, go to 7, go to 13. They attack for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And yeah, that would kill us. We could play tapped Hollowed Fountain, block, take 7, 8, 9. Well, so if we double block there, then we take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if we're going to take this line, we don't actually deploy the Hollowed Fountain, I think, because we take 1 from the Wicked Roll. We can also just block, or block the Mishra's Factory, block the Orc Army, and then take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We die to a Bowmaster either way, though, right? Whatever. I'm just good. Yeah, we go to 13. When in doubt, just shove. Exactly. If you have to think about it that hard, it's probably about the same. And I think this loses to slightly fewer cards. Also, I guess the upside to equipping a Shadow Spear this turn is if they draw like Pithing Needle and they can't name Shadow Spear. Yep, we're dead. They attack for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If they see the line, we die. Yep. All right. And we die to the rat. Still think this is probably correct. Fine with this configuration. Yep. Still here if they boot up the land. I have to look at it again. All good, man. All right. I would like to be on the play. This is a keep? I think it's a keep. And I think we just go plains go, turn to aid go, hope to rip a land or a creature at some point. I'm fine with this. Because they don't have monkey. Wait. Magic Online. Because they don't have monkey, they can't quite pressure us as hard. So do they have the grief scam? If they have the grief scam, I'll be on 0. Yes. I do have that one Ornithopter, but we're not going to draw that. Okay. So knowing that they have Chalice of the Void in their deck, they almost certainly have a second Chalice here. Do we just jam Aid? I think we jam Aid to get it in under the Chalice on 1 that they absolutely have. Also, this means that we can't get pushed. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I don't know. Also, I guess now if we like spike a land, we get to go Stoneforge plus Hold Up Surge or put a freaking hammer on it. Playing Chalice on 0 strongly signals that they have a Chalice on 1. Chalice on 0 is pretty terrible. Okay, I don't know. I don't understand. I think I'm still down to just wait. Yeah, let's play out the drum here. Yeah, also, paid actor, they heard it was my first stream. Also possible. And I mean, it is possible that we just get bodied here anyway, which would be funny. Any land off the top is insane. Liliana the Fail. You got it. Discard a card. Just discard the hammer here. What are we discarding? I think it's either hammer or surge. It might be second surge. Could be hammer. Yeah, just bottom the hammer. Or trash the hammer. It's fine. Because yeah, we can always just grab another hammer with the Stoneforge if we need. I'd like to grab a cryptic possible. Ooh, there we go. Okay, well, I'm going to grab a coat with the Stoneforge now. And legit, I am going to play... we don't have to play around Shadow. We have the drum. Yeah, are we... Because they have Edict, I think I like because they have, 2 Edicts. They have the Liliana plus the stupid Shieldred's Edict. I like coat here. Okay, you got it. Love that so if they start with the Liliana minus, I'll go ahead Surge to counter it. I'm not blocking with the Stoneforge, so pretty easy. Surge. Oh man, do they have another removal spell in response? I think I'm probably just going to Surge that too. So Shieldred's Edict, if they're thinking about it and then undoing it, Shieldred's Edict makes sense because it doesn't actually target. Fatal push. Yeah, I'll surge again. Do you have another removal spell? I think the plan is legitimately just like coat multiple times every turn now. What are they naming? Cryptic coat? Yep. All right. That's fine, I guess. Nope. So I think I'm just gonna coat, put it on the Stoneforge with the aid, and kill the Liliana here because I can't block. Yeah, super reward for the hammer discard. I like it. Yeah.
Travis Brown can never die.
Oh my god, Urborg is the worst. Perfect. All right, so we need to stack it correctly. So aid trigger on the stack first. Get me my 2/2. Perfect. I did not want that. Got the Lily off the table. We have an unblockable creature. I'm feeling pretty good. I like that this just is a ward 2 creature. It's also nice. I'm still confused by the Chalice on 0. Another Liliana maybe? Shouldred the Apocalypse. Okay. Not a huge fan. I would like I don't think there's a reason to throw the spear out now. Okay, there we go. That's a card. So I think I'm going to hit them for 13 lifelink trample. That seems right? that seems right. I don't think I'm doing anything else. Because I don't want to put it on this. Because they can like pay for the ward regardless. Yeah, I like a lot of keywords. Yeah, hammer. And I think gaining the extra points of life is pretty relevant here. Yeah, they can't block, so here we go. Are we blocking with the cloaked creature? Almost certainly not. Yeah. All right, 13 unblockable you. Also, I would like to go to 28. I love that they had to name Cryptic Coat with Pithing Needle. It's like a very deep joy. Yep, gain 2. Let's go, Rafine's Tower. Opponent, give me a Triome the honest way. Does this count as Esper Hammer? All right, what could opponent have here? Obviously, just like a removal spell on the Stoneforge is pretty annoying. What you gonna do? Well, Twitter does respect
Travis
Cryptic
Brown
Code at this
can
point.
never die.
Because people like Spike are saying Cryptic Code's good, and people listen to him. Shadow Spear, you got it. 3 cards in hand. Liliana doesn't do it. They have to have like actual just fatal push here. Like I said, I wasn't blocking before. Certainly not blocking now. I'll also take a Forgenew. That would be sick. Forgenew, Paladin, or another. Okay. Asking you shall receive. So where are we moving stuff? I guess we can't move the coat. So probably just move Hammer to Cloak and then Shadow Spear to Cloak because it's technically a better creature because Ward is good. I have never seen a Shelly with a Shadow Spear. I can confirm that I've never seen that. All right, so 2 unblockable, and then they have to get under the bus here. They can block and make that thing a 3/3, of course, because Mishra's Factory is awesome and based. All right, okay. I like this. It's a 13. So they have to so they have to pump here. Push does not do it. If they pump, this goes to a 3/3. They take 10, 11, 12. Go to 2, back to 4 with the Shelly trigger. And we gain 13, go to 34. Yeah, Stone Rain plus take 11. Let's go. Sure. So I guess they go to 1. Okay, go to 1. I'll go to 34. I'm liking my chances. And I wonder if I'm moving anything. I don't think I am. I think I just leave everything where it is. Yep. So they gain 2, go to 3. Lotus Petal, let's go. Liliana, sure. Question is, what are we sacrificing? I think we're sacrificing the Stoneforge here. If we go to 31 and then we attack back for 13, they block 6 of it and gain 5. So they gain 11. Well, okay, so they effectively go to 14. So I gotta do this math real quick. So they take, so how much would trample over? So 7 would trample over, but they gain 5. So effectively 2 tramples over. And we're also attacking with the Pure Steel Paladin because they played their land for turn. So we attack with both. I think we sacrifice the Stoneforge and they die. Are we supposed to sacrifice the Paladin? Maybe we're supposed to sacrifice the Paladin. Yeah, so the concern is if they have push, right? Push kills either one, but Paladin's the better card. So yeah, whatever. Sack that. God, yeah, if Coat were not named with Needle, the game's like beyond super over. Also take Boots. I'm going to attack with everything at them. I will ignore your Lily. All right, if we did our math right. Yeah, woo, let's go. Right here. Hammer sucks. The Steel Shaper's Gifts have been looking really good, though. It's been looking really, really nice. Do you just type bop? Oh, you do. That's rad. I'm in there. How dare they name my Cryptic Coat? It was so rude. Yeah, it was hard to do that math because usually I just like look at all my fingers and 10 is a hammer and it's perfect. But we had to do like life drain math. I didn't sign up for that. Yeah, so Mono Black, Saga. Okay, so we're probably playing against Living End again, would be my guess. And this hand is very bad. I would not keep it. Let's have a Saga. We don't know for sure. I know RVNG used to just play Living End and that's it. But they could have switched it up since the ban. So I'll try it. whatever. And what are we bottoming? Probably the Ink Moth Nexus. We'll simply draw a Sagardazade. Could be like a Goryo's situation. In which case, I'm glad I just have this Urza's Saga. Could still be Living End, of course, because they're all on, like, Bant, but also they have some black mana. I think it's less likely they're on Living End if they're taking... Okay, yeah, it's Goryo's. Goryo's does line up with... Oh, Tainted Indulgence. We could have known that. Okay. Moto, Thoughtseize Bug, let's go. Are we playing the Gift here? I think I'm fine with playing Gift, grabbing another hammer, because that also just gains us
Travis
a
Brown
bunch
can
of
never
life.
die.
Could also just get a coat. I mean, whatever we take is getting taken. I think coat is... I don't hate taking the coat here. All right, Pony, of all the information. Okay, so they're going to take the hammer. I guess I could decline. No. Okay, so their mana's pretty bad right now. They don't have any blue mana. I'll play Urza's Saga. Are they not attacking? Love it. I'm a huge fan. What do they know about the Windswept Heath? I don't think they know about Flooded Strand. They're not fetching, making a construct, so I'm just going to grab a... Did I mess up? Are they... Oh, maybe he has like another Ephemerate and he's going to tag the Grief. And then we'll giggle because joke's on you, hand sucks. He is not. All right, I will pass the actual Temple Guard. So they could have Solitude Ephemerate here, but like, what are we doing? Not making a construct? Oh no, no! I didn't want to draw you. I will get the Shadow Spear here probably. Let's see, we have 4 Paladins, 2 Forgenews. Yeah, I'll just get the Shadow Spear. So rough. Why couldn't we have drawn that instead? All right, I'm just gonna play this out. So we have extra power. I'll attack for 5. Sweet. All right, just took it. So, guessing they don't have Solitude plus Ephemerate. I've sussed it out. Like, I'm not blocking. I love the no attacks, no blocks. All right, you got it. Question is, do we put the boots, touch the Spirit Realm? Yeah, you got it. Oh, where'd my construct go? I was told it would return. Prismatic Ending? Yeah. This Memnite's about to get thick. Boo. Take a Forgenew. I'll also take that. We have the coat still in the deck.
Travis Brown can never die.
I have the opposite opinion of Vault, but I also like did not draw it much, so it's hard to give it too fair of a shake. I just didn't like the board states it was in. Hammer is not really what I want here, but that's fine. All right, so we get to suit up both on the coated creature, probably. Also just put the boots on it. We move both here. Becomes a 5. And then attack with both. They can go to 1. Yeah, we cut the Cauldra. Cauldra just doesn't do what it used to, which was like against Scam. You get Cauldra. If it ever stuck, they lost the game on the spot. So they get a Tainted Indulgence here. All right. What we got, friends? Tagging the boots. Sure. Interesting. I guess that makes slightly more sense than the Shadow Spear, but yeah, it makes more sense because we can't kind of do everything. Strap up the coat, attack for 4, put them to 3, and hope they don't get us. Makes sense to me. Can't block. Not worried about that. And I think we just play out the Thopter here as a blocker potentially for now. Those are not actually very good hits because they can't Bone Shards that. Yeah, so they can get like a Goryo's. I don't even know what you get. Probably Goryo's, Philology. It's an instant or sorcery. It's a sorcery. Okay, Goryo's, Bone Shards, Watery Grave, Bristlebrand. Goryo's, Bone Shards. Question is, are we blocking? I think I have to. It's so much damage to just take on the chin. All right, Forgenew off the top would be absolutely sick. Would be game ending. Forgenew off the top. Paladin does not do it. Yeah, you got it. Trying to think if there's a reason to put the coat back into our hand. I don't think there is. If we put the coat back into our hand, we just gotta draw a Forgenew here. Come on! All right, so we attack for 4. I guess we just attack for 4 and then rebuy and probably play coat. No reason to attack the Memnite because I can just block with Philology, of course. We're gonna probably win this game, but that's fine. All right. Yeah, it was the field. I mean, I'll give myself a draw step. No harm in it. Because even the Gristlebrand doesn't quite do it. So we could potentially chain off some draws here, I think. Oh, okay, they did not do that. So just block. Nah, let's take 10, whatever. And they chose Ephemerate, Island, and Solitude. I'm not going to worry about it. Played the Grave. And then Plains, Goryo's, Thoughtseize. Yeah, sure, you can try to clear this out. I think this is what they have. Oh, and okay, so I like the Surges, I like the Soul Guide, and I like probably all the Pierces. What have I said in the past to do here? I think it's cut the Memnites. Let's see real quick. Yeah, so Goryos, cut a GIF and a drum. That seems fine. One of those, and one more card. I think Sentinels are super good in this matchup, especially if we don't know if they are on, all right. Let's see if we can not get Grief Ephemerate scammed. This hand can't cast spells. This hand's so bad. I would mulligan this 4. Yeah. I'll keep this one. Probably just bottom 2 paladins, right? So, might have trouble getting to Metalcraft anyway, and we want to, well, deploy the hammer on one. Yeah, I think we can actually wait. So, play that, pass. All right, put it on top. Don't like that. And I think I'm just going to play out the paladin here. If they take their turn to ending, so be it. I think we just need to get things going. Hopefully we draw like one of our Surges or even Spell Pierce here, but that looks like an ending. Yep, it's a good one. Interesting. I think I'm gonna Forge anew here. Yeah, I'm about it. Okay, so they can't ending the Forge here. All right, I'm just gonna make a construct. Okay, that's fine. And probably, actually, hold up. Can float mana. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do this and just go get a Soul Guide Lantern. Yeah. Soul Guide doesn't really matter. I'll just tag something and I'll attack for 3 points of damage. Guess turn off auto yields because if they Solitude plus the Undying effect, we definitely want to be able to tag that. They've already used 2 prismatic endings, so the likelihood of them having like an additional ending for the Soul Guide's pretty low. Okay, so we're casting Solitude maybe? Okay, I'm gonna do this. Ooh, what if we just Shadow Spear? That's probably just better. Yeah, just Shadow Spear here. Turns it into a 4/4. We even get a point of damage across. Yeah, it's way better. Okay. The rare Shadow Spear being better than Hammer off of the 8 is certainly a unique occurrence. Velaji, you got it. Ephemerate, and I think they can take touch, right? It's his non-creature. So they took the Touch of Spirit Realm, which makes sense. Come on. All right. They found their 3rd. Touch of Spirit Realm. Yep. All right. Do this, and yeah, just pass the turn. Okay. So what if we lead with Boots here? If we lead with Boots, it means they can't hardcast Solitude. I think holding the Boots is probably better. Yeah, because if they respond with Solitude, then it doesn't matter anyway. I'd like to attack you with a 1-power creature. Can only flicker creatures or artifacts. Okay. Would have liked any of my interaction, but that's the beats. All right. Faithful Mending. Okay. Is there a consideration to flash in another hammer in response? Probably not. Would you like to pay 1? Traxa flats don't like it. Yes, I will equip. It's not looking great. We did mulligan to 5. Yep. So we get to draw a card, at least. Okay, it's a land. Yeah, I think we just let this happen. They get Ephemerate, which is pretty disgusting. Okay, so Ephemerate, Solitude, and Flooded Strand. Be surprised if they did not attack us here, considering they need to blink it anyway. That makes sense to me. Whatever. Yep. Okay, so Grief, Verdict, Tainted. So the important part is they found a white card, and I guess they found Solitude as well, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ephemerate, Verdict, Godless Shrine. Grief, and what did they pitch? Pitched Bone Shards, which we did not know about. I mean, we're so toasted here. They have double Solitude, and I think another Ephemerate. So what are we supposed to flash in here? Probably the Boots, because they are more important, I believe, than anything else. Yep, what a weird Surge there. Would have been real good. Marching, okay. So yeah, my line here is I'm hoping to rip, like, a Paladin off the top. Maybe it gets there. Not much you can do against the triple prismatic ending. Okay. Yeah, just holding up Solitude. Agreed. Yeah, I am, like, I'm not technically dead, but I'm fine calling it there. All right. And let's see if we can finish off with the 4/1. Yeah, so Merfolk, Living End, Mono Black, Saga, and Goryos. Yeah, we are on the play. Hell yeah, brother. What does this hand do? This hand doesn't do anything. It has like Boots, but yeah. All right, throw up. And yeah, this hand's way better. Question is, what are we bottoming? It might be the drum here. I think it is the drum. And we just go like Heath go, or Flooded Strand go rather. Yeah, let's see. Look like Goryos. Jet Mirrors. Okay, so what are we looking at here? either a domain deck or could be creativity. Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate it, Evan, bro. I will not. I think I'm just gonna Stoneforge here. Get me a hammer. Pass the turn. Yeah, like creativity is one. Okay, well, if we were not sure before, I'm positive now. Oh man, Saga's really good. Not having a second white sword. What should go like Saga attack for 1? Yeah, it's almost certainly just. I like that this opens up just like beat down with the constructs with boots line. I'm playing. Just hit him for 1. It's fine. Yeah, just hit him for 1. It just sets up a lot of layers of murder, which is what we do. The other concern is if they like go Fable and have a blocker, then putting the. Oh, okay. Okay, so they have 3, so they can't Leyline Binding. They can bolt, and that's it. So what if we go Windswept Heath, fetch a basic, Surge. If that resolves, we can animate Inkmoth, attack. That loses 2 reprieve. That's probably not worth it. I don't think so, yeah. Especially considering like they missed their land drop. Yeah, just like, man, just attack for 1. Who cares? Yeah, I'm just gonna make a construct. Yeah, like they're super far behind. Yeah, you can't Leyline Binding. You got 3 mana. I was probably supposed to just fetch a basic there. Opponent, if you play Fable, you're just dead on board, so I don't recommend doing that. Are running Mana Tithe, yeah. I will fetch in response. And I think, I'm trying to think if there's a reason to do anything now. I don't think there is. Yeah, just gotta put the Fear of Tasha's Tidebinder. Yeah, I've seen all sorts of creativity lists with like Reprieve, Mana Tithe, Spell Pierce in, varying numbers. And Remand, of course. And Reprieve? I guess more Reprieves than Remands. Shocking. All right. They play ending. All right. Well, what if we hammer response? I kind of like that. We could also, yeah. It's gonna Surge. I don't know what they do. Okay. I'll just make a construct end step. And of course, I did it in that order because I wanted the Surge to resolve so we could play the Pierce. All right. Oh, okay. All right. So some number of these and maybe some of these are all good options. If I saw more evidence that they were playing the reanimate spell Persist, I would be bringing in the Soul Guide, but I didn't, so I won't. Memnite I think is pretty bad because it gets, especially like on the draw, it just gets Renin Sixed. Let's see what else I have said to do. So a bunch of zeros, unsurprisingly. Bunch of zeros. A gift seems fine, and could cut a drum. That seems fine. Failure is pretty good. I could see the game going too long for Pierce, so we can probably do that in. Bring that. Not gonna worry too much. Opponent break down land, so that's always helpful. Missing those zeros right now. But yeah, if we had a zero this hand. They kept 7, which I don't like. I'll keep this hand's not very good. I would bottom a failure. This hand just doesn't do anything. Okay. Man, this hand's really bad. We're going to 4. Okay, sweet. We can't cast anything. Love it. Probably just a Surge. Probably hammer. Let's let's see how this goes. That 5 was really, really bad. Hoping for that game 3 right now. Just planes into Saga. All right. Maybe. This will be a good showing if we win on our 4 against their 7. Yeah, sometimes you just, gotcha. Renin 6. So, Tarn to hand. Yeah, just do like Saga Stone, certainly. Especially since Sentinel would just get tagged by this Renin 6. Here, I'm just going to get the hammer because I think we have to try to high roll. Gotta hope to find an equipper. True, yeah, like Tron doesn't do that much against you usually, so like win on a 3 against Tron is very doable compared to the win on 4 against the deck with a billion removal spells and a 2 mana Howling Mine. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. I guess if they Besage you the Urza Saga, I'll have Surge up. So okay, so they have Leyline Binding mana because this is Grixis, right? Yeah, Tarn and Foothills. Okay, cool. There you go. That'll work. Tapped. So you're saying there's a chance. Not looking great. Yeah, so I'll play this, and I'm just gonna attack them since I cannot imagine a world in which I'm winning attacking the Renin 6. We draw a aid. We've got a shot. I'm just gonna do this. Might as well use the spell. It is also, if they go for like creativity, then we get protected and we draw a card. And yeah, all right. Maybe they'll go for the Archon here. Opponent. I guess I attack them with the Stoneforge for free. Got them. 3 point. Let's go. All right. And we know 2 of the cards in their hand, Tarn and Foothills, of course. And I will just Surge again, I think. Leyline Binding. Okay. If they target the Sentinel, I'll probably just let it happen. Like, whatever, who cares? I think I care more if they go for a creativity, being able to Surge in response to that. If they down tick, I probably will Surge. I'll take 1 if they attack. Not looking great. Are they going for it? Looks, they're going for something. Okay, Fable, sure. Yeah, trigger, pay for the trigger. And, okay. We're not technically dead. But trying to think how we can win Rushing, because they haven't been picking up the Boseiju. If they'd been picking up the Boseiju, I think I'm conceding. But they didn't do that. I think on the play, I will go down to 1 failure and bring in the 3rd Pierce, since of course that card a little bit better on the play. Cards, discards 2 lands. Yep, is dead. No way they're not attacking. God, we're so dead. We're so dead. Generally not super high on the wanted poster style. But I think it's good on the actual characters who are like wanted. But like on a Leyline Binding, I don't know. Not huge on that. I know this is like the newspaper, not necessarily the most wanted, but I don't. All right, what you got? All right, well, I'm going to do this. They absolutely have an answer, but that's okay. It's going to be great because we're going to be trimming that, and they'll be thinking about it. God, we're so dead. Yeah, I like when they do, sure. All right. When they do the like special printings, but like keep it special. All right, yeah, we're super, super duper dead. We can play Comply and name creativity, but don't think that's went a little more aggressive. I don't hate it. It's fine, especially since they know about the failure. Snap keeping this hand. It's obviously not like the most broken thing in the world, but it is just like turn 1, fetch, shock, drum, turn 2, probably Saga, Stoneforge, Pierce. Oh, they mulligan to 6. That's fair. It's your turn. Yep. Yeah, it was this league. I was like, someone pierced my drum earlier today. Yeah. I will say yes. And on this one, I think I'm just going to get a coat. Give me a little bit of a, a resilient, unblockable threat so we can't risk getting chumped. Please play Ren in 6, please. Why? We do this, right? Weird. Okay. I think that changes things. I think we're going to go Plains, Aid. Definitely playing Plains. Drum is free. Plains, play Drum off of Saga. I'll also just go like Plains, Drum, Aid, pass, make a construct on end step. So we can go Plains, play the Drum off that. Too many choices, y'all. It's supposed to be an easy deck. I mean, putting the coat down seems really good too. Yeah, I think it's just Plains, and then we obviously can't coat, but we can pierce. Yeah, so we can pierce basically whatever they play. Like if they don't know how we're losing from here, because they can't Leyline Binding, so I'm just gonna like float mana, get a hammer, because I want to be able to hold up, like, because we don't need to hammer them that turn, right? We can hammer them this turn like very easily. Hammer, put it there. Yeah. All right. Wait. Okay, there we go. Rad. All right, so let's check it out. Got the 4-1, lost to the 3 prismatic ending draw from Goryo's after they game 1 Ephemerate, griefed us. So, them's the beats, as they say. 4-1 I will take, but yeah, let's take a look. So, Pierces I think are really good. Surges are very good. I like the build of the deck right now with a lot of Steel Shaper's Gifts, Memnites, and Ornithopters. Ornithopter's really good. It's as good as it gets. Memnite I think is fine as additional speed. I like Memnites a lot more in the deck now that we have the boots, because I'll kind of illustrate this a little bit. I've spoken about it in the past, but I'll touch on it here as well. So I like it a lot more because what it does is there are games where your whole plan is, like, if you have an opening with Springleaf Drum, Ornithopter, or Memnite, and Urza Saga, getting to go Urza Saga, Drum, 0-drop, or like if you don't have another creature, you can just hold the 0-drop, and then next turn untap, play your 0-drop, play a land, make a construct, and then untap, make another construct, play your land, grab the boots and equip. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minimum. You have minimum 5 artifacts in play off of just that start. And so you put the boots on the sit construct. You attack for 6 power with one and 5 power with the other. That's attacking for 11 on turn 3 without having to do much work. You don't have to have any hammers equipped. Yeah. And so as we saw, there are also games where you're just like rewarded for having very blistering fast starts. So that's kind of where I'm at. Surges, I would like to have more surges in the main, but you gotta cut stuff, and the Steel Sheeper's gifts have been overperforming. So yeah. Let me see. So we keep not playing against Titan, and when I do play against Titan, I keep not drawing this card, which is not the combination of things you want to have happen. I didn't need to test GT. GT sucks. That card is dog shit. So that card is cool in decks where you do not use it as intended, like as an equipment. It's sweet. Like I think Spike put together a Dice Tron build where it was untapping Tron lands. I think that card just kind of sucks. At least in the context of Modern, and certainly in the context of Hammer, because you have to cut other things in order to add it to your deck. And I'm already like kind of short on spots. Like we cut the Cauldron, which sadly is correct right now, I think, because there's so much exile-based removal. There's so many Leyline bindings running around, and even Titan just like goes way over the top. Failure to comply, sick against Titan, and it's okay against like Living End would have been pretty good. I like the couple bullets in Pithing Needle and Soul Guide Lantern. Got a couple endings in there as nice little treats. And this package of 5. And that's kind of where I'm at. I don't know what else I would want. The sideboard mapping I'm pretty happy with as it is. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with the deck. Hopefully y'all enjoyed. Getting a little late here because I'm old. Yeah, hope y'all enjoyed. And his little bed sleeping, and I'm not gonna wake him up unfortunately because he's a good boy. Okay, yeah. So the Oven Bro against Yogg, Solitude is nice, obviously, but a lot of times I felt like unless you were also killing them exactly that turn, it wasn't quite where you wanted it to be. Especially with like Soul Cauldron, just being able to make it to where any Yoggs they find, they just turn all their creatures into Yoggs, which is infuriating. Yeah, and now that I have a computer that can stream, I'm certainly more likely to do it. I enjoyed it. It was fun. I can run leagues solo, but there's only so many times I can run leagues of the same deck before I go insane, without chat or just bullshitting. Yeah, that's my take on Solitude right now. I think Cryptic Coat is ultimately just like obscenely good. And I don't like splashing a color if you want to play Solitude, because I think you want to play the Emeritus. That's kind of where I landed on that. Yeah, Coat's sick. Yes, also Hammer sucks. Everyone ignore any wins it gets. Take care, y'all. Bye.